Me, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. So awesome. You're in the right place. If you are looking for this 4-day free diabetes wellness transformational challenge, you are in the right place. So I'm super pumped. I'm jazzed that you're here. I'm jazzed and I want to congratulate you because you're taking action. You're here, you're showing up, and mostly you're showing up for yourself. And that's the most important thing. So I want to help you along the way because I want you to experience new results. Obviously, I know that you're here because you want new results too. And I wonder what you're most excited for. Can you put in the chat what you're most excited for? Because that helps guide me and it helps give you different information and make this a different experience for you. So, King Carden, hi, that's beautiful, Sheila. So let me know what you most want to get out of this 4-day challenge. What's your why? Why are you here? Do you want to feel differently? I'll give you some examples to help you out. Do you want to feel differently? Do you want to, maybe you're tired. Maybe you just don't want to feel tired anymore. Maybe you just want some smart answers. Maybe you want some real solutions because you want to be able to lower your sugars. Maybe you're feeling alone so many times, and we've done a few challenges through the years, and I see some of our original people, some of our original clients here, some of our members and some of our VIP clients here today. So welcome, welcome. So yeah, I'd like to know what your why is. Okay, to lower sugars, control sugars. Want to feel better? Yeah. Education and motivation of the group. Beautiful. Okay. Less tingling in your body. Okay, so Prina, you put no medication here. I just wonder if you're taking medication and if you want to reduce it or if you just want to avoid it. So let me know. Managing diabetes easier to be healthier. Beautiful. All great reasons why morning sugars are always high. So Rita, so yeah, beautiful. So beautiful to know why you're here. And like I said, you're in the right place. So knowing why you're here, knowing your why is super important. And if you don't know what that is right now, that's okay because you're going to discover it today and tomorrow, that's for sure. But it's a very important first step to know what your promise is to yourself. So often we set goals, but it's really about your promise to yourself. So to not become diabetic, you're pre-diabetic. I don't want to start taking medication. I hear you. Yeah. Want to maintain. Okay. Want to get off it. Okay. Beautiful. Well, thank you all for sharing in the chat. That's absolutely amazing. Okay. So I want to share with you that even some of these reasons here, and I know for people that have been in our challenge before who are part of our community here in our programs, say hi to everyone and let them know where you're from. Let them know that you're an ongoing client or a graduate, and so that they can identify you. Maybe they can communicate with you. I know that I'm always grateful to learn new practices or how to tweak some of the things that I do every day because those little tweaks can make all the difference. So this is what this 4-day challenge is all about. And these are all very powerful challenges. There's dozens and dozens of self-care things that people can do for themselves. But what I find is that in this challenge, I'm giving you the top 4 that myself, my family, my close group of clients in private practice, and coaching clients from around the globe find that are impacting their sugars the best. So there you go. It's all about living into the diabetes-free lifestyle. So I want to welcome all the participants. Join, let us know where you're from, and we're kicking off and getting started. Okay. So I want to tell you that some of these very same people that are joining our challenge today that have joined us in previous years, who are here today, joined for some of the very same reasons that some of you are showing right now. And they're all great reasons. So I'm going to share with you right now about Sarah. So Sarah actually always had her blood sugars in between 225, 230, and 290. That seemed to be where her sugars were at all times, and more particularly where they stayed spiked after meals. And she could never get those down. I see some of you talking about that in the chat as well. So I want to let you know that with some of those best self-care practices that we're going to talk about in this challenge and have you participate in, it's really all about being clear on your goals so that you can work towards them. You got to know what your North Star is. You got to know what you want. So Sarah, kudos to you because in those first few months and even in our first challenge, numbers started to come down and she got these results from prioritizing the best self-care practices that worked for her. Not just that, let me share someone else with you, and her name is Anna. Now, honestly, Anna, same thing. She had higher than normal blood sugars that stayed high between meals. So they never were able to come down to target for very long, um, very few hours in between. So she was actually out of target range, I'm going to say over about 75, 80%, as I recall. And the good news is we were able to get her in target range over 80% of the time with normal blood sugars, and bringing her right down to ground zero and having some of these best self-care practices in her life. So, like I said, I'm super pumped and excited for you because this is why we're here. This is why we're here. So, if you're still noticing that your blood sugars are higher than normal, as many as you have here, yes, you'll get Canadian numbers as well. And we do have Canadian numbers on here. You'll see there's American and Canadian on both. Yeah. Sometimes this is about being depleted of your energy. Sometimes it's not being able to get that good quality sleep that your body needs, because when it doesn't get a good quality of sleep, that can contribute to high blood sugars as well. And sometimes it's just you're overall just not feeling well. And so, you know, none of that. Let's move on with some of our best self-care practices. So, who is this challenge for? Well, I'd like to share with you that this challenge is for you. If you're feeling tired or stressed out or worried and just beyond frustrated, which diabetes can make you feel, then this is for you. If you want to prevent bypass on the unwelcome complications and halt complications, this is for you. If you want to be in the driver's seat of your own health, if you want to break free, and I see that many of you do, want to break free from relying on the crutch of medications. So unless you are truly a type 1 or a type 1.5 and produce no insulin whatsoever, you've got a really great ability to decrease medications, avoid getting added ones, and work with being able to we have so many clients that are able to eliminate them by swapping in best self-care practices. And that's a process. So this is for you if you're ready for change now and want a great life. And it's all about being kind. It's about being compassionate and gentle with your body. So I also want you to know, I want you to play full out in these challenges because we've got some great prizes to talk with you about. And we have grand prizes valued at over $1,000. So this is all about being all in for you and your health. Now, who is this not for? This isn't for you if you're not willing to test your sugars and know where you are so you know where else you can be. It's not for you if you're really not open to how else things can be, if you're not open to new possibilities, if you want to have the wait and see method, if you want to continue to use what your doctor's advice is, not saying it's right or wrong or good or bad, it's just what it is. And so what's beyond that? And if you're skeptical about holistic and natural approaches, if the skepticism is, more on the volume side than your desires, then this isn't for you, and that's okay. So, yes, moving right along. So, I want to know, all the people who are here, are you here to play all in? Give me a heck yes if you're willing to play all in. And I'm going to see here in the chat. Hi, Susan from Key West. All in. Heck yes. Heck yes. I want to see heck yeses. All in. Oh my gosh, I'm so pumped. Woohoo! Keep them coming. Beautiful. Woohoo! Beautiful. Awesome. Okay. So, self-care is the most essential part of our overall wellness strategy. And the reason why is it's because these are what we do every day, the things that we can do to interrupt high blood sugars. And the World Health Organization and the CDC and so many big bodies and organizations are finally supporting what we've been doing for the last 30 years, which is, encouraging people to be their own best advocate and to be actively managing and monitoring their diabetes. The big question is what do we do to manage and monitor our diabetes? What else is possible? What can we do? And that's where this challenge comes in. So also, well-being integrates not just the physical monitoring or the physical foods that we're eating. So it's so much more than that. And I have spent the last 30 years not only as a researcher and as a doctor, but also as somebody who's involved in research studies as a subject. And so much, everything in life starts with our mindset. And from there, it's our 4 pillars of health, with mindset being one of them. So we're going to jump into that, but I want to let you know that the CDC here, the Center for Diseases and Control, integrates mental health and the physical body, and is really encouraging the whole holistic approach. So perhaps you're seeing more and more of this yourself. And also, the National Institute for Health and Care Research talks about managing your diabetes in order to live that long and healthy life. And it all starts with, again, your best self care practices. I want to point out that a larger portion of all the causes in the hospital visits, over 80%, are based on people with complications in their bodies of high blood sugars and what that causes for them. So I just want you to know here that all cause visits were by females, just under 60%, and just under the age of 60 years, who had diabetes. So when we are going into the emergency departments, which again, up to 80% of people in emergency departments, why are people there? So I want to point out to you that how that shows up for people is the feelings that happen from higher than normal blood sugars from the acid that forms in your body. And it can create a number of signs and symptoms that you feel. And some of them include the nausea, some of them include the rapid breathing. Abdominal pain is a big one when it's more serious. But of course, we'll have the dry mouth, we'll have the dehydration, no matter how much we're drinking, because our cells can't absorb it when our sugars are high. And then other things that can also show up in our extremities and in our organs, as you're probably well aware. So in a serial cross-section of over 32 million emergency room visits in between 2008 and 2017, the rate of diabetes-related emergencies increased across the board everywhere, and we can stop that. We don't need to participate in that. That's an old, traditional model of care. That's not how it has to be today, and none of us need to be in those statistics. Can you see the slides? The slides are turning each one. Is somebody not able to see the slides? Raisa, can you just let me know here in the text if you're able to see the slides? Okay, thanks. So it's also to reduce the burden of, the complications and our age. So it's all about what we do every day. What I've been able to discover over the past 30 years, not just with me and my family coming from 4 generations of people with diabetes, but what I want to show and point out to you is that there's a 4-pillar system. And this 4-pillar system is a system called the Diabetes Success System. And it has all the pillars that I've decided to put in this challenge and to give each of you the opportunity to implement into your life. So with that said, what I want to do is point out that there are some effective strategies and techniques, and I'm pulling from some of the safest, highest proven best self-care practices that can impact your blood sugars as soon as same day. So that's why I'm so excited, and I want you to be excited for yourself. So this comes from our flagship program. Now, I also want to say to you, for those of you who know me, and for those of you who are members, for those of you who are in our coaching programs, whether it's our diabetes friendly kitchen program or a diabetes success or diabetes decoded, I want to say I'm happy to see you here. And for those of you who are new, and I'm new to you, my name is Dr. Cheryl, and I am passionate about living the diabetes free lifestyle. And that's what I want for every man, every woman, every person who is someone who is either at risk for diabetes, has prediabetes, or has full-blown type 2 diabetes or type 1 diabetes. I've got lots of questions and interviews in recent weeks. Is this for people with type 1 diabetes or type 2? And so often you'll only see something for either one or the other. This is for both, and I can speak that to you from a woman of experience. And I'm someone who's able to have my blood sugars in my target zone over 90 to 95, sometimes 100% of the time. And I know it's possible because myself and so many clients are able to live that lifestyle. And if that's the lifestyle you want, put in the chat, that's what I want. Okay, I want that. You can let us know. Beautiful. So for those of you who don't know me, my name's Dr. Cheryl, and I love helping women and men being able to lower and I'm going to say balance your blood sugars. I've lost family members due to the complications of diabetes, and it's completely unnecessary. So I want to intercept and offer people the guidance and the coaching that I wish was available for our family. And my background is being licensed and trained as a traditional healthcare professional, first and foremost. And then, secondly, as someone who went back to school who was just determined to learn all I could about preventive medicine and the natural approach to things. Now, in the time that I was going to school, there was no specific studies for naturopathic medicine and diabetes, but I was able to apply so many of the things I learned and do some of those research studies. So, in addition to that, I have been a part of wonderful international best-selling books with some of the world leaders, happy to say, and working on my 16th book right now. And I want you to know I've expanded my studies to include mind, body, and hypnosis. And that's a real passion for me as well. All things like natural nutrition and how our body is able to receive information and how our brains are able to receive information and actually reprogram, which is a really big part of our challenge today. So I'm also the creator and founder of Holistic Diabetes Solutions and the academy that teaches healthcare professionals and doctors, and a speaker, coach, and educator. Now, if someone would have told me 20, 30 years ago, this would be the life that I had, I would not have believed them, because I know diabetes hijacked my life when I was first diagnosed, and I couldn't see beyond that. And I saw my grandmother lose her life due to diabetes. So it was very scary. But with where I am today and being able to be the founder and creator of some amazing world-class programs, being able to walk the red carpet and being able to work with really wonderful thought leaders. And one thing that I'm most proud of is being inducted into the Guinness World Book of Records. So if somebody would have told me that again 20 years ago, I would have never said, uh, would never happen. So I want you to know that there's hope and there's faith. And for women out there and men out there, if you want to live vibrantly well, that opportunity is available for you. And if you want to have beautifully balanced blood sugars, that's available to you. If you want to be able to predict and guide your own blood sugars and your A1Cs, and you want to accomplish them every time like clockwork, that's available to you. So I want you to know it's positive and it's possible. So there you have it. So I don't know those of you who might know who Mr. Jack Canfield is, but he is a distinguished world leader and thought leader, and he is the author of over 250 Chicken Soup for the Soul books. So that's probably how most people recognize Mr. Jack Canfield. And I've had the opportunity to write with him, to attend many of his very advanced, visualization and vision board creations with other participants who were in wheelchairs that learned to walk again, people who couldn't speak who learned to talk again, life changing. And he's been a great support, and he's interviewed me on his TV show a few times, and I really love that support. So I'm just sharing with you that a big supporter and a thought leader in the world to have in your corner is really nice. But I want you to know life hasn't always been like this. I want you to know that, in the prime of my life and building my first consulting business, training doctors, writing curriculums, I was go, go, go. And I didn't realize just how stressed my body was. And that happened one day out of the blue. And I'm telling you this because life isn't always like this. You've got to work with the hand that you're dealt and be successful in the hand that you're dealt. And I know this because I've been through the good, the bad, and the ugly. So I want you to know, for those of you who don't know, I want you to know where my journey began. And it began with a family of 4 generations of diabetes. It began when I was, delivering a keynote talk on a stage to a couple of hundred doctors and their teams. I was just coming back to my booth, and suddenly my tongue froze and my knees buckled from under me, and the cold sweats were everywhere. And I fell to the ground, and I fell into a coma without even knowing what had happened. And later, when I awoke in the hospital, I was on life support, and my pancreas had blown out, and so had my thyroid. So, two autoimmune diseases attacking me at the same time. And that's when I was diagnosed with diabetes and told that I would be on life support for the rest of my life. How devastating at such a young age. So, if you were devastated when you were first diagnosed, let me know. how long you've had diabetes and let me know how it made you feel right there in the chat as I'm watching the chat. So, over the years, I've been inspired by so many great solutions that I've been able to discover and put to work, and from the differences that they make. So, I want to give you an overview of this 4-day challenge. The 4-day challenge overview is beautiful. Yes, you do. Okay. Terry, you might want to increase your volume if you can't hear anything. I, okay. So this 4-day challenge is all about the natural best self-care challenges. We're going to do one a day, and it's based on my Diabetes Success System flagship program that I work with my VIP clients and my coaching clients and members. We're bringing this to you for free. We're going to meet here every day at 1 p.m. using the same Zoom link. And I want you to join in 5 or 10 minutes early because there's nearly 1,000 people that have registered. So I want to make sure you get a seat, and that we also know that there will be replays that you can, you know, tap into. And I want you to participate all out. I saw all your wonderful, wonderful things right here. And you were saying, heck yes, I'm in, I'm participating. So, how much you participate is what you're going to get out of this. And like I said, we have a contest and details that I'll share a little later. So, I want you to take a stand and I want you to make a promise to yourself. I want you to write it out. I want you to speak it out. And I even want you to share it in the group. You can put it right here in the comments because this challenge is about you harnessing the power of the challenge that I'm going to give you and finding the gold in it every day. And I want you to give this your all. So what does day one look like? Day one is really about kickstarting 2024 to reset your diabetes wellness journey. So what do I mean by that? This is the key to daily success with diabetes, and it's setting the tone for your day, and it's all about prioritizing your health, and it's all about being with conscious, intentional choices, not random decisions that show up in your day. So this is all about resetting your mindset for true success. And you may have heard that before, but you will not have experienced what this challenge is before. I can promise you that. So day one is really all about the key to success with mindset. Day two is all about strategic eating with your meals to accomplish blood sugar wellness. Now, there are 12 practical ways to enhance your meals and snacks to improve your blood sugar outcomes same day. And so we're going to talk about the one carbohydrate that actually can lower your blood sugars. And who knew? Day three is all about blood sugar balancing movements to help increase your insulin efficiency and to help decrease your insulin resistance. So we're going to do the 6-minute diabetes movement that can help open up your receptor cells to helping you be more insulin efficient. And day four is all about that morning routine and even midday routine to boost your energy, but also to move that chi and energy through your body on the inside. Invisible where you can't see it, but very simple movements that are going to make that happen for you. Because when sugar builds up in your bloodstream where it's not supposed to be, it will scar the arteries and the tissues. And that is what we want to do is we want to move that through the body, keep the body toxin free. And there's some really great ways to be able to do that. We're going to be able to move that lymph through our system. And that's day four. So what is a trait that most successful people in the world have mastered? What do you think that is? Do you think it's hard work and determination? Do you think it's luck and opportunity? Do you think it's education and knowledge? Or do you think it's mindset? Put in the chat here what you think it is, A, B, C, or D. I'd love to see there. Beautiful. Shirley, D. Okay. Nancy, D. C and D, Irene, Kim, beautiful. Well, we're going to move on. And what the trait is mindset. And people may talk about it, but we're going to empower you with not just the what, but the how. And that's what sets us apart with our trainings is because our implementation trainings show you what to do every day to make that impact and to make that difference. So when you believe you can, you are halfway there. When you believe that it's non-negotiable and you can only win, you are halfway there. In a growth mindset, in a positive mindset, challenges are exciting rather than threatening. So rather than thinking, oh my goodness, I'm going to reveal my weaknesses, or no, I might not be able to do it, we look at it here's a chance to expand and it's a chance to grow. So some people want things, to happen. Some wish things could happen. Others make it happen. In the chat, I want you to let me know, are you going to let this challenge allow you to make things happen for yourself? Give me a heck yes if it's heck yes for you. Are you taking a stand that you're going to make things happen for you? We're going to give you the what and the how, and you are going to put them into your daily practice. I want a heck yes. Beautiful, Kim. Great, Susan. Arvila, Darlene, beautiful. Okay, I'm reading all these guys. So what is mindset? Briefly, mindset refers to our sets of beliefs, our attitudes, our assumptions. And it's how we shape and perceive ourselves, not just ourselves, but others in the world, and how the world operates around us and how we relate to the world that operates around us. So it includes those fundamental beliefs. And often these are things that, what we think of ourselves, what we think of our families, how our families have influenced us. That's a really big part of it. And, what you think of your life, what you think of your health, what you think you want your life to be, and if you believe you have the power to change it. Yes, I can make it happen. Beautiful, Rita. Merlene, heck yes, that's beautiful. So this is really all about, are these beliefs positive for you? Or are there some beliefs that have, you know, influenced something that maybe you're not aware of? Or if you are, you haven't had power with. So when you've got feelings that have limits to them, and you might find that your background chatter is on, and sometimes you have to quieten your mind and just take a few breaths to even hear what that background chatter is. But that can interfere with your success. Why do some people try some things and they're totally successful, and other people can try again and never reach that? That's because they're able to expand limiting beliefs to beliefs of possibility. So, and that also comes with feeling worthy and feeling deserving, because when you don't, that can hinder as well. So let's just take a look at a few things here of where there can be things that can be unresolved through time. And when things are unresolved, that can leave us struggling. It can interfere. And then things like, the types of relationships that we have, how we are treated, how we allow people to treat us, how we treat ourselves. So that being overpowered rather than being empowered, very big difference. So we're going to talk about all the offsides to this, which is what this is all about with mindset. So when we look at some of the long-term effects of physical effects of health, that could mean that this might increase complications when we actually want to decrease them. This may compromise our immune system more and challenge our healing rather than promote our healing. And so we have choices, and it's all about being able to shift our mindset. Now, that's easier said than done, and you've probably heard it 1,000 times, but you have never heard like how we're going to do this, because this is going to be our day one challenge. One of the big things that comes up are distorted thinking about ourselves. And I know this has been really big for me. And so it really can affect our decision-making skills. It can hold us back here. How many of you feel you're held here, but you've got the capability to be out there? If you know you've got room to grow and you're capable, give me a number one in the chat. It's a difference between telling yourself that, you matters, your self-talk matters, your health matters, and, not allowing other things to interfere with your progress or your goals. Beautiful, beautiful. I see all the ones. Awesome, guys. So it's really about not being in overwhelm. It's about looking at ways to seek solutions and support to get through that. So limited progress, no, that's a thing of the past, because when you address your mindset, you can address your results, and then you can look at the promises that you're making to yourself, and you can kickstart them, which is exactly what we're going to do today. We're going to make some meaningful progress towards your goals. So with that said, I want you to think about your why, like what I asked you when you first chimed in. What's your why? Why are you here? And what one breakthrough, what kickstart breakthrough are you looking for in this challenge? So what we're going to look at is turning a lack of resilience into amazing resilience with this amazing, amazing challenge today. We're going to go from inconsistent results to consistent results. We're going to go from difficulty managing change to being able to initiate change. And how are we going to do that? Number one, with healthier habits and a positive mindset. So we're going to adopt, we're going to see where we are, and we're going to adopt what's going to be positive for us. You know, when we look at how we move our body and how we exercise, and we exercise a little bit more, we feel those things. Exercising healthy habits is repetition and doing them over again. But it also includes a very positive outlook. It's about adopting you know, this isn't a burden or a limitation. This is an amazing thing, and I'm all in. And what I mean by all in, I'm going to the finish line. And then what occurs for you is that you're able to relieve all that stress that you've had, and you can relax your mind. Your cortisol levels, which will cause high sugars, can also relax. And what's going to happen is you're going to improve your insulin sensitivity. And then you're going to allow your sugars to fall into line. You're going to get more consistency and more predictability. And that's because you're going to increase your self-efficacy. So what you focus on expands. So as you develop a more savvy, positive, focused mindset, you're going to increase your capacity to do really well with challenges, because you're going to make healthy choices. And that's what we're going to jump into. Change comes with ease and flow. Imagine, doesn't that sound beautiful? Change comes with ease and flow. So there can be a simplicity to it. And I want you to know that it comes with positive visualizations. And the reason I want to talk to you about positive visualizations is because research shows that this is science-backed evidence all the way. And we're going to talk briefly about what the challenge is today. And it's all about our RAS. And that's our reticular activating system. Does anybody know what that is? Give me a yes if you know. If not, that's okay. We're going to talk about it. But this is key. Our RAC, our reticular activating system, what it is, very simply, it's a bundle of nerves, and it sits on your brainstem, the back of your brainstem. And it has a job. And its job is to regulate your behavioral responses, your motivation, your consciousness, so that you're able to control incoming information and stimuli. And why? Because you want to behave so that you're motivated and that you behave in a certain way to achieve your goals. Now, your RAS is like a security guard. It's a gatekeeper. So it sits between your brain and it sits between your senses and filters what information goes through and what doesn't. So it allows things to go through that are life-saving, that are fight and flight, and things for absolute survival. And the thing is it will only allow the important information to come through, but it will block information. Now, that's a double sword. So here's the thing. How does this apply to your diabetes? How does this apply to your blood sugars? So how does it apply to our training today with our number one challenge? Well, here's the deal. The reticular activating system reinforces what your subconscious mind is thinking. So if the belief in your brain is thinking what you're speaking, and I ask so many people how they feel about having diabetes, and I want you to put in here, how does having diabetes make you feel? Just give me a one-word answer in the chat here, because I'm going to address that in a minute. So how does having diabetes make you feel? And I'm going to start reading some of those responses. Okay, sad, okay, tired, anxious, sluggish, scared, okay, hungry, oh, stupid, okay, defeated, tired, okay, so overwhelmed, loss of control, okay, different, tired, yeah, different type of tired, okay, I get it, frightened. Okay, now I've read out the responses that you've given me. I want you to know, so here's the deal, depressed, frightened, okay. So I want you to know, when you're feeding your subconscious mind all of these things, and you are saying to your mind, because your mind doesn't care what it's telling it. It doesn't differentiate. So If you're repeating these things of how it makes you feel, and even if it's a belief and mindset, you might not be speaking them, but you're feeling them and they're real for you. What you're doing is you're expanding on those feelings, and your brain is then overloaded with these feelings, whether it's being tired, depressed, whether it's overwhelmed, frightened, scared, indifferent. So here's the thing: how we fuel our mind is super, super important. And we can swap in really great belief systems of how we want to feel, and we can start reprogramming that. I know some people say, it's so lonely. Diabetes is so hard. Oh my gosh, I hate having diabetes. This is a curse. When we are expanding on that, and I know you feel that way, I felt that way too, but we need to not have that disempower us. You're here because you feel disempowered by diabetes. Would you say that that's true? Give me a one in here if you believe that that's true. Remember, the law of attraction is what you focus on expands. So 1, 1, 1, 1, yes. Yes. So it's frustrated me too, because I live with diabetes every day like you do. And feeling so defeated, like, how am I ever going to get in the zone? But guess what? The underlying current of your conversation is setting you up to fail, because the programming up here is all of these words that we've been talking about. So why equate the negativity so that it interferes with what's possible? So just like you would upgrade a phone, you would upgrade an app on your computer, just like you would upgrade anything that you upgrade to. We can reprogram what our mind's belief systems are. And that's exactly what our day one challenge is. So I'm so jazzed about it. So your RAS, again, doesn't care whether it's getting good sugars. It doesn't care if it's getting bad sugars. It just automates the neural pathways that it's given, and it operates on autopilot. So when you start to become aware that this is how you are fueling your mind, and that's what's in your background all the time, that's going to leave you struggling. The good news is you can reinforce and create new neural pathways and reprogram those with positive beliefs. Has anyone here followed Deepak Chopra, Joe Dispenza, Carol Dweck? All of these amazing, amazing gurus are all about positivity, creating new neural pathways, which doesn't take a long time, 21 days, 30 days. And you can start to experience the benefits of them same day. Now, what is the best way to do this? We're going to get to that, because we're going to show you the what and the how and the methodology in this challenge. Okay, so we're going to look at, how do we reinforce positive beliefs? How many in here want to have reinforcing positive beliefs and swap in a new program in their brain with the belief system that this can be so much easier? Give me a heck yes. Beautiful. So reinforcing positive beliefs increases your motivation. And positive visualizations tap into that intrinsic motivation, and they connect your goals to your heart held values and your desires and your aspirations. So envisioning all of these things and creating and generating that sense of purpose and meaning and fueling your motivation, it's amazing towards achieving your goals. Now, how do we activate your brain's neural pathways? This is heck yes, heck yes. Beautiful, guys. Great, Sabine. Great, Jane. So in summary, positive visualizations work this way. They activate your brain's neural pathways. They stimulate new pathways. They can override the old pathways. Just like I said, a new app that upgrades on your phone or your computer. So you want to promote the positive neural pathways. You want to have success. Who here wants to have success? Put success, reset success. If you want this challenge to reset your success, I want to see reset success from all 90, all close to 90 participants. I want to see success from everyone here. Reset success. Now we're going to give you the steps, step by step, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, on how to do this. And you're going to focus on the outcome that you want. And this works like crazy. That is why our programs are so amazingly successful. I'm only seeing a few reset successes. I need to see more. I need to see 89 of those. So in this case, it's really all about activating and creating those new neural pathways. Here's what we've done for you in this challenge. We are going to walk through what the challenge is. We're going to give you the how to do it. And not only that, but we've given you this wonderful workbook. And it's called Identifying Where You Are and What You Are Telling Yourself. Now we've identified, okay, I want some more successes. Beautiful. So you're going to download this. You're going to print this. And you're going to have this for yourself because many of the things we've talked about already are already in this handout. So the things that you're telling yourself, and then on the other side of that is going to be the things, the new things that you want to tell yourself. More reset successes, please. That's not everyone. Beautiful. So this is a good time to identify where you're at and what you're telling yourself. And if you haven't received and printed out this workbook yet, I want you to be able to do that. So is there a link for this, Reza? Our concierge can put that right here in the link. And that probably also came in an email. And it's all about what you're telling yourself. So here's what we're going to do. Our challenge today is to illuminate your mindset. We are going to illuminate your mindset, and we're going to give you the steps right here in day one to get through this challenge. We're also going to give you a few minutes of time for yourself. Okay, so if you have a pen and paper, you can make some notes. So it's uploaded into the chat now. If you want to grab that PDF, I want to see more reset successes in here. So how do we do this? Number one, guys, number one is to set a clear intention. I want you to, in a quiet mind, and some of you have already put in here what your intention is. You want to clearly define what you want to experience. And now in this specific area of your life, in this challenge, we're talking about your diabetes wellness. So you want to set that intention. What do you want to achieve for yourself? What do you want to manifest for yourself? How do you want this challenge to impact your life? So whether it's better blood sugar control, all day energy, I want to be in my target zone. I don't want to spend all my hard-earned money on medications and devices that I'll need to support me. You want to be able to dance at your daughter's wedding. You want to be able to play with your grandkids, whatever it is that is important to you. I want you to set down what your clear intention is. Okay, that's step one. And we also have this in the handout, so you don't have to feel you have to write notes. Reset to success, guys. I need to see more of them. Step two is a quiet space. Now, in a quiet space, some people like to have music going. I don't know about you. I like to be out in nature. I don't like distractions. I like to be at one with nature. It just kind of fuels me. But you want to be in a place where you feel comfortable and at ease. The other place I feel comfortable and at ease is right in my own home, in my bedroom, and in my relaxed space, quiet space. So if you have that, great. If you like to go out for a walk, that's cool too. So number one is your intention. Number two is giving yourself the space to be in, to cultivate that thinking for you. And number three is to do your deep breathing, whether you're lying down thinking about this, whether you are walking, whether you're sitting, whether you're working at a table, whether you're taking a couple of hours out and going somewhere else. This is really all about taking those breaths in and allowing that deep breathing to just relax you. There's also something called progressive muscle relaxation, which is where you tense all of your muscles, you hold it for 2-3 seconds, and then you relax. And then you go down from the top of your body to the bottom of your body so that you can have a progressive relaxation. So if you have a little bit harder time relaxing, that's a really good way to do things. But again, you want to be able to create a state of relaxation for yourself. So some people find hobbies allow them to do that. I find closing my eyes and taking some deep breaths and just taking a moment is all I need. Now, what you want to do is visualize the one goal, the one intention that you're setting for yourself. And what you want to do is you want to imagine yourself achieving this goal. And remember, this is related to your diabetes wellness. So you want to see yourself engaging in healthy choices. You want to see that there are more choices you didn't even know. So it opens up a whole new world to you. You want to experience the desired outcome. How do you want to feel? I saw so many of you here write down that you were tired. You were sad. So how do you want to feel? What do you want to be free of? I saw some things here and anxiety. So I want you to use all your senses. Visualization is a very vivid process. And it's not about sitting here, closing your eyes and think, okay, what if? No, no, no. That is not going to, that's not playing all in. What playing all in is choosing one specific reason, one specific, what's your why? And once you know your why are you here? Then you'll know what your kickstart goal is. Just one kickstart goal. And once you're able to do that, imagine feeling the complete opposite of how you feel now, because that's what you want to achieve. And then what promise are you going to make to yourself? Are you going to be, you know, um, fully committed to that promise? Are you going to stop and start? Can you see this like on a movie screen? Can you see this playing out? Or some people like to look at this as a photo. Do you see the end result? Do you see your monitor with a particular number on it? Do you see yourself walking with ease if you have mobility challenges? I want you to imagine, and I have to tell you, I've done at least 20 vision board courses and classes, but there is nothing that compared to the one that I did with Mr. Jack Canfield and from some of the stars of The Secret. And I'll tell you something, people who couldn't walk, people who couldn't speak, people who had such health issues that they seemed unsurmountable. And these people are walking again. These people are traveling. These people are getting their life back on their terms. So I want you to not stop and just visualizing your goal. I want you to focus on details, details, to the point of seeing colors, to the point of seeing and feeling what that experience is. So as you're visualizing this, I want you to notice and put all your senses to work. How you feel, what the smells are around, everything. I want your mind to be able to focus on details. Now, step 6 is creating a positive affirmation for yourself. I've got like 90 affirmations. I'm going to share a handful here with you, but positive affirmations are something that you can grab onto, that have meaning for you, that give you empowerment. So I am healthy and in control of my health and well-being. I am healthy and I am in control of my diabetes. My body is resilient and strong, and I am grateful for its ability to heal. And, you can also look at some other such things like my body is masterful and constantly evolving and transforming my quality of life. I'm surrounded by healing energy that nourishes my mind, body, and soul. My body is a powerful healing machine and constantly regenerates for me. I am grateful for the abundance of natural remedies and therapies to promote my healing. I trust the natural healing process of my body and my mind and allow it to unfold. Another affirmation could be I'm grateful for every opportunity to learn and grow in my journey to healing my diabetes. There are so many affirmations. You can borrow one, you can think about one, create your own. And once you're able to do that, you want to embrace all that surrounds that visualization. You're going to create that affirmation and visualize that. And what you're going to do is take those 8 to 10 minutes in your day and do that for yourself. What I'm going to do right now is allow you to step into the final step, which is, acknowledging yourself and making yourself proud for taking this action, because this is how you cultivate those new neural pathways that are going to make all the difference for you in your life. Okay, so what we have here in a recap is taking the inspired action. So this visualization, this mind shift visualization challenge is all about you putting this into practice for yourself. So I'm going to now, let's do this together, give you a few minutes to close your eyes to set you up for success. So when you do this on your own, you're halfway there. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to do this together now. We're going to put a timer on, and our concierge Reza is going to play some background relaxing music here. And we're going to give you a few minutes to close your eyes, a few minutes to come up with what your intention is. And walk through those steps. It's in your handout again, and let you come up with an affirmation and let you be in the space and hold the space to create and reprogram a new neural pathway for yourself. Okay, so Raisa, do you have that music that you can play?
I do. I'm just about to share my screen.
Oh, beautiful. So I want you to imagine yourself in a beautiful environment, very nice, quiet environment, and allow yourself to relax and indulge in creating that visualization for yourself. Raisa, I don't hear any music there. Can you turn that up to number 3 or 4, please?
Oh, 1 second.
Thanks. See you back here in just a few minutes. How was that experience for everyone? Yeah, let's see in the chat. How was that experience for everyone? Was everyone able to relax, close their eyes, and come up with their intent? Okay. So, can everyone hear me? Just give me a yes if you can hear me, please. Now, here's some helpful hints that are going to help you. Uh, can everyone hear me? I hope so. Raisa, can you hear?
I can hear you, Dr. Cheryl.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you. So great. So I hope that experience was a nice little kickstart for you for your challenge today. And I want you to know that there's three must live by rules with this challenge. So one is to make the time for you. Number one, that's a given. The other thing is consistency. So doing this, not just today, but each day, repeating this and focus and start with that positive because you can always redirect and restart. So very, very important. So just to recap, our challenge for today is all about mindset. It's about really being able to walk through all the steps that are there in your handout, being able to walk through, visualize your absolute milestone, your one goal that you want to achieve using an affirmation and breathing as part of that, and being able to allow yourself these days to be able to create those new neural pathways. That's number one, most important. You can choose all the right foods. You can even eat all the right foods, do all the right movements. And when your stresses and your mindset is off balance, it's really the food and the exercise are important, but when your mindset's not in place, your success is cut right down, less than 80%. So day one challenge, just to recap, is all about creating that positive visualization. It's your number one day one challenge. Post about how you felt after you did your visualization, or even just post what your biggest takeaway was today. You can actually share your affirmation, and it can be right here in our free group, our Holistic Diabetes Solutions Facebook group. And I want you to know, I said I'd come back to this later. I want you to include, what was the biggest takeaway from your training today? And how did you use that download to help you? What did you identify with how you're feeding and fueling your mind and what you're telling yourself? And what else is possible? And what one or two words are you going to replace and swap in for the ones that you have been using? That's a big one. I want to see those in the Facebook group. And I want you to recognize that you have the power to create new neural pathways and reprogram and up level your beliefs and your self-talk. And I can tell you that's what made me jump out of that hospital bed when I was told I would be hooked up to life support for the rest of my life. And I was given very grim prognosis. And that fueled a fire in me. And let me tell you, I am training some of those same specialists today that gave me some of the worst case scenario news. So I want you to share your takeaways and what's inspired you, and post that, because the more you play, the better chance you have to win. So very briefly, what are you winning? There's a 1-year membership to our diabetes success system inner circle, and the value of that is well worth over $1,000. So it's all about our 1-year membership. Number one prize, and our second prize is a 6-month membership. We'll tell you all about that throughout the challenge, because it includes things like mindset evolution coaching, diabetes friendly foods and meals and ingredients. It provides movement and insulin resistance guidance. It includes monthly coaching sessions, a supportive community, and a monthly calendar jam-packed with tons of wonderful things. And it helps you stay organized, and it helps you stay accountable too. So you don't want to miss out on any of this goodness. So simply post in the group, in the Facebook group, and you can even just put one word. And I want to let you know, we'll see you on the inside tomorrow. I'm going to be reading through all of the posts later today. and overnight. So thank you so much for joining day one. You've got the handouts. If there's any questions, you can reach out to us as well and ask us in the Facebook group. And we'll see you tomorrow on day two, where it's all about strategic eating and being on your way to lower and more balanced blood sugars. So we'll see you on the inside tomorrow. Thanks, guys.